abuse a bit, Jesus.
That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Good evening, I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Dawes. Our main headlines tonight.
Daddy, it's starting!
Okay. That coffee. I can't really. No.
Hi, David, I have a call for you. I'm just putting it through. All right, mate. Dave here. Listen, I know you've only come in to clean up the place, but I've got a bit caught up, so you're going to have to run the news tonight. Now, don't worry.
What do you mean?
It's not hard, and I'm going to stay on the phone and help you. First, I'm going to give you a quick tour of the broadcast room, so if you're not doing it already, look forwards towards all those screens. Right, look up at the top. That coloured bar is your audience. You want to keep the viewers going up and not down. Underneath that, you've got the screens. The one on the right is the broadcast screen. That's what the viewers are seeing at home. It's only a couple of seconds behind the master screen there in the middle.
Yeah,
That's the one you control. Now, the four small screens on the left show the different signals coming from the studio, and you can choose between them using the numbered buttons on the vision mixer at the bottom left. Don't worry. I'll talk you through it and you'll pick it up in no time. Now, have a look to your left. These plugs control everything in the studio. I've left them set up for you, so provided you haven't fiddled with them, all you have to do now is throw the master trip switch and we're in business. Once you've got the power on, face the front again. You can see on the broadcast screen that we're in the end titles for the show before us. Fortunately, they go on for fucking ages, so there's plenty of time for me to explain. Oh, Right, okay, they're over, so we haven't got long now till the broadcast. Right, quickly, mate, look down under the desk.
Okay.
You can see a load of videotapes on the left. They're your adverts. Pick any three and load them into the machines on the right. When you've done that, look up to the front again.
Look on Four Old Ladies. Screeching. That's Friday at 8 p.m. by award-winning documentary series The Shape of Now, which tonight looks at the history of the knee-length sock and its importance during the Great Blackout of 1871.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Not one to miss. At 9 p.m, sit back and relax with multiple award-winning movie The Freedom of Being Colin, taking us all the way up to 11:15, where, as usual,
Prawn and mayonnaise?
You know, seafood makes me go out in pustules.
Yeah, thought it might increase our viewing figures.
Every day. You offer me prawns every
Hurry
day.
up, mate, load the ads. The broadcast is starting soon. Right, quick as you can. Select screen one.
but now, it's time to join Jeremy Donaldson.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main stories tonight.
Okay, we're all good. Next is going to be the throw of the news titles on screen two. There'll be a countdown, but I'll count you in as well. Just relax, mate. It's all gravy.
Buys Honest Andy's Totally Independent and corners the Flowered Market. Top chat. Sports fans everywhere celebrate as popular footballer Johnny Hamsleeves wins Sports Personality of the Year. And a spoonful of sugar. Megan will be chatting with movie star Lawrence Blunderclatch about his new movie, The Medicated. And, of course, we'll be going live to Advance headquarters to hear what the leaders of this fledgling party have to say on their historic...
Right, button
That's all
two
coming up on
in
tonight.
3,
National
2,
Nightly News.
1, now. Lovely, mate. Next thing is the throwback to Jeremy with button 1 when that globe in the middle shrinks down and vanishes.
Hey. I can see my apartment from here. It's way over there.
Here it comes. Switch to screen 1. Now. Lovely, mate.
First, the votes are in and it's a decisive win for Advance.
We often get a bit of interference around this time, mate. Keep your eye on that machine at the bottom right and use the slider that's flashing there to move the wave up and down, keeping the green bit in the white bit.
But critics have accused him of a severe lack of actual policies and of being deliberately vague. The opposition parties have all conceded defeat to Advance's overwhelming mandate, but have yet to appear publicly. However, former Home Secretary
Right, it's going well. All you've got to do now is play the advert at the end of the segment. Make sure you don't play it too early or we'll all get fired. Now the clock at the top is counting you down to the advert. When it reaches 0, press one of the 3 play ad buttons over there at the bottom right. I normally play the first one at the first break and so on, but you can play them in any order you want. I'll count you into it as well, but keep your eye on the clock.
to hear the co-leader's acceptance speech.
And 3, 2, 1, advert.
1 minute back, everybody. Jeremy, I need you to fill after the ads.
What? Why?
Wanker Snatch is running late. I thought I'd ask him about the election.
Personally, I wouldn't try to confuse him with any big words.
That's the same policy we use with you. I thought that was our little secret. It's all right, he doesn't remember anything I tell him.
I'm deeply uncomfortable with your burgeoning friendship.
Me too.
No.
Wicked. We made it to the first ad break. You're doing great, mate. But this is where it starts getting a bit trickier. This next sequence is what we call a multicam sequence, because you're going to be cutting between multiple cameras to keep things interesting. A lot of it's down to personal taste, but here's 3 good rules of thumb. 1. Try and keep the shot on whoever is doing the talking. 2. Don't stay on the same shot for too long. 10 seconds at the most. So if you're on the person who's talking, try and throw in the odd reaction shot or pull out to the wide shot for a bit just to keep it interesting. 3. Don't stay on reaction shots for too long. A couple of seconds is usually enough. Then the audience want to see who's doing the talking, yeah? Stick to these rules and you'll be fine. It's not as complicated as it sounds. You've seen programs on television, haven't you? Make it look like those. Might as well get screen 1 selected now. No need to wait for the broadcast to start. Try and stay ahead, mate.
We're coming back from the break. Quiet in the studio.
Thank you so much.
10 seconds, everybody. Counting in 5, 4, 3.
You want it? We got it. We got it. We want it. You want it. You got it? You got it.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later we'll be hearing from shock election winners Advance. But first
Get
off,
ready to go to Megan on screen 4.
is here with a star of both stage and screen. Megan?
Thank you, Jeremy. Megan Wolf, culture correspondent. And today I have a guest who starred in everything from Shakespeare
Right,
to the
go to
Shop
Blunderclatch
Box
on screen 3 when she says his
joined
name.
today by none other than Lawrence Blunderclatch. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, my dear, I do hope you believe me when I tell you that being with you here today is among
Swish to 2 for the wide now.
May I say, having you here with us is among ours.
Right, now just try and stay on whoever's talking.
Your latest movie, which is called The Medicated.
The Medicated, yes.
Wow, what was that like?
Well, as I said to Peter at the Rat, that's Peter Jensen, the director.
Give us a look at Megan's reaction.
He's a wonderful chap. he
Lovely.
really is.
Now back to Thunder
Worked
Twat.
with him on several movies, all terribly successful. I said to Peter, what a wild ride this has been. And you know what, Megan? I really meant that.
Wow, that is fantastic. And am I right in saying that the character you play in this movie is quite an academic one?
Absolutely right. A scientist.
Was that a challenge at all?
What exactly are you implying? But seriously, yes, you're right. It was a complete departure from my last starring role when I played Sergeant Brock Rockman in Bullet Man. You'll remember that was the true story of
Been
one
on that show a
who
bit
fights
long.
for a love that surpasses all others. A love, of course, for freedom. I think it's grossed over $1 billion, but honestly, who's counting?
It's a role that saw you scoop 2 Best Actor awards, if I remember correctly.
It's so sweet of you to mention it, but I really am not in it for the awards, although those 3 little statues do take pride of place on my mantelpiece.
With all the others, I'm sure. So, if you're not doing it for the awards, what is it then that drives you?
That is a beautiful question, Megan, and not easy to answer. Like you, I'm afraid. Cut me, and I...
Remember the 10-second rule.
That's how it feels, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Bleeding, giving, suffering for one's audience. I suppose in the end I do it for the difference it makes. I do it for the people that I inspire. The little people. But most of all, I think I do it for the positive change that I can bring about in the world.
And today, of course, we're in for some real change, it looks like, in the coming few months. What do you make of this historic election result?
Oh, well. Well, now you're asking. Historic election result. Indeed. Historic is the word. Well, it's difficult, isn't it? Very difficult. But I think I've always been quite clear that when it comes to politics, one should always strive to not fuck things up.
Shit, he swore. Oh, well, don't worry, he won't do it again.
Sorry, I said fuck.
Shit, he did it again. Okay, don't panic. I'll explain how to deal with swearing at the break.
Medicated, which opens next week
Right,
around
they've
the
swapped the
country.
shot of Jeremy on screen 1 for a VT of the movie clip. You'll get a countdown on the screen, but I'd just let Megan cue you in.
My character, Dr. Lance Hemlock, is faced with a decision that could affect humanity's very survival.
Exciting stuff. Let's take a look. Exciting stuff.
And we're
Go to the film clip, screen 1. Cool, looks like Blunderclatch is losing it in the studio, but we ain't got time for that. There's more interference coming. It's a bit trickier this time, mate. Use that little flashing joystick to the left of the slider, and as the frequency changes, match it to the white bit by gently pushing the stick to the right.
Your fault.
You think I don't know that?
Now we're going to squash the frequency back by dragging left.
Nolans, we mustn't. Think of Carol.
That's Dr. Lance to you, Miss Flanagan.
Jubbly, mate.
For you, baby.
Next, we're going to change the amplitude. Same as last time, but this time, move the joystick up. Upwards, mate, upwards.
You told me, but I didn't listen.
Doctor,
I'm drowning, Lance, you said.
you need to see this.
No, it's not.
Right, now let's match it back by going downwards.
sterility. This folder, this is the key.
Yes. Bloody perfect, mate.
We have to ask ourselves.
At the end of the clip, you'll want to play another ad. Remember to use the clock at the top to count you in. Right, I guess I better explain how to deal with bleeping out swear words. As you probably noticed, the broadcast screen, here, is about 2 seconds behind the master screen, here. When someone says a naughty word, the bleep button lights up, like this. 2 seconds later, you'll hear that swear word going out on the broadcast, and you need to hold down the censor button for as long as the swear word lasts. It can take a bit of practice getting used to hearing 2 things at once. Just stay calm and you'll get it. And if you can't tell when to bleep, just above the button, you'll literally be able to see the sound scrolling by. All you gotta do is hold it down while the red bit is over the red line. Simple. Of course, if you do it by eye, you'll have to take your eye off the screens. That's why real professionals do it by ear. Most people like to have the volume of the broadcast screen a little bit below the master screen. Let's set it now.
That's a nice hole.
Mate, if you don't turn up the broadcast volume, you won't be able to time your bleeps.
I am. Hold up. How the fuck?
Good. You're set to start censoring. Like I say, it takes a little practice, but I'll try and help you through it, and soon we'll have you bleeping like a pro. Remember, button lights up, count 1. And hold it down. Remember to select. You've got the feed. Don't wait for the broadcast to go live, that's too late. You can use the vision mixing buttons on the left to select the screen you want.
Seriously, we've had worse. 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. I'm told we can now go live to Advance Headquarters, where the 2 leaders, Peter Clement and Julia Salisbury, are about to make their acceptance address.
Cut to the outside broadcast.
Go
shit,
for it,
he's
Pat.
pissed. Get ready to bleep.
Well, thank you all for coming. And, well, thank you all
where
for
do
coming.
I start?
And, well, what a
Where do I start?
day.
They said we
What
couldn't
a
do
day.
it.
They said we
They
couldn't do
used
it.
every dirty, low-down, lying, southern bastard
low-down
trick they
lying-
had against us. But you, trick they had
But
against
you-
us. You saw right through their shit.
I'm sorry about the language there.
Sorry
I'm
about that. I've had a
Perfect.
couple of celebratory
Sorry about
pints.
that. I've
Makes
had a
me
couple of celebratory
coarser than the
pints.
granny's
Makes me
fanny. Coarser than the
Memorably
granny's...
put. Memorably put. But to be honest, who can blame Peter for celebrating? Throughout the campaign, you've heard us say that Advance are not a political party. A party is what you have when things are going well. When the country is suffering, you don't need a party. You need a team. A team that can change things. But today is day one of a new future. A better, fairer future. So perhaps we should all be celebrating.
Except for the rich. For them the party's over. They shouldn't be celebrating. They should be putting their shitting pants on and opening their dusty checkbooks.
Again, colourfully put, but not inaccurate. Before we came out here to address the nation, we used our executive powers to pass the Assets and Wealth Act. Working with the tax office, we have produced a definitive list of every person in the country with wealth into the millions.
You know this sort of... Probably you rather you don't. Because the likes of you and me are not welcome in their gated community.
Tomorrow we will be introducing a sweeping reform of the tax system in this country. No more hiding wealth offshore, no more trust funds or creative accounting. A simpler, fairer, unavoidable set of tax laws.
So all you bastard public school snobs have got nowhere to hide. I've got nowhere to hide. We revoked your passports. We revoked your passports. You want them back? You want to leave like you threatened before the election. That's fine. But first, you're going to pay up. You're going to pay back.
Advance are going to turn this country from a nation of warring individuals to properly fund health and education, to raise the living standards of us all.
The pundits said we'd have to raise billions. But you'll see when we've reclaimed what's ours, that's absolute ferret. That's absolute. So to you posh twats,
The people who pay you a pittance to serve them drinks in their private clubs, the people whose children you raise,
so they've got time to get even fucking richer.
Advance have this to say to you. Advance have this to say to you. We are coming for your sports cars and your mansions and your vineyards.
It ends today.
We will put the wealth of this country back where it should have always been. In the hands of the people who created it. In the hands of the people who created it.
Today.
Yes. It ends today. It ends and tomorrow today. We'll start making it fair again. We'll start making it like we promised we would.
And until then, ladies and gents, I suggest we all get pissed.
I can't argue with that. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time.
Well, interesting acceptance speech there from the leaders of Advance. And our apologies for the fruity language. Hopefully we got that bleeped out for you in time. If not, someone's going to be in trouble. If not, someone's going to be in trouble. So, as the country braces itself for new government, that's all from us this evening at the National Nightly News. We'll be back tomorrow with full coverage of the first day under Advance. I'm Jeremy Dawson. Have a peaceful... Have a peaceful...
And we're out.
Right, looks like you've got it now. Thanks for all the help, mate. I've got to go. Ferry's about to leave. Probably won't be coming back.
What?
Job's yours, mate.
Oh, excuse me?
This is some weird fever dream, and I'm dying now.
You should be so lucky.
This is the
I'll see you tomorrow night.
I'm not coming for a drink.
No, got a date.
Try not to get murdered.
The Elysian fields, but you ended up filleting Satan for the salty crumbs. It's happening here. It's happening now. And it's all happening right in front of you. I'm Alan James.
Alan James is one of the country's most controversial columnists and speakers.
And they're going to take your poor sweet grandma, and you're never going to see those shriveling dentures again. Oh, grandma, look at their faces. That's not what cows look like. You call it the stock market. I call it the stuck market. Because it's just another pole they've stuck up our collective... I don't care if he was once your nephew, Cameron. He's standing in the way of the truth.
Now, Alan James, author of Alan James is Right, is coming to your
Alan
city.
James is
I'm
right.
Alan James, author of Alan James is Right, the gospel according to Alan James, and the Alan James...
When the programme's finished, you'll get a broadcast report. It's 3 pages. Grade. Remember, grades mean bonuses, and they keep the boss happy. If you want to know more about how it went, select more info. If not,
Anyway,
select
this is my
continue
house,
to
man.
move to the next page.
I'm obviously keeping the things closed so that way you don't rob me.
Right, this is the important page. It tells you how much you're going to get paid.
Broke
and how
ass
much wealth you
poor.
have overall. That bollocks at the bottom shows you the financial state of our main advertisers. But you don't own any fucking shares. You're a cleaner, for God's sake, so why would you care?
Yeah, obviously. A fucking cleaner.
This is the
Now
last
you gave
page.
me
It
2
tells you the
jobs.
state of the world, tells you how well the government's doing, and down the bottom there, this one's important, tells you what Channel 1 currently thinks of you. In other words, what the boss thinks.
Oh, I got a little heart. Isn't that cute?
Alright, mate. Welcome to the archive. This is where you can have a quick look back at what you've done and how it looked to the public. There's 3 sections: broadcast, rushes, and adverts. Let's start with broadcast. Pop in there now. Over
Okay,
on the
well.
left, that's all the broadcasts that you've done. Choose any one of them and select load tape. Once it's finished loading, you can use the rewind and the fast forward at the bottom there to help you get to the bit you want to see.
Well, in a few moments, we'll be going live to tonight's National Nightly News. But before that, let's take a look at what's coming up later on tonight on Channel 1. At 7 o'clock, it's the semi-final of the quotation game, and it's a nail-biting quiz tonight as a team of nuclear physicists take on 4 old ladies from each...
No.
Now let's take a look at the rushes. Right, See, they're going to show you the 4 signals you got from the studio during the actual broadcast. Difference is you can mute any combination of them, so you can have a listen to the stuff you weren't allowed to show. Select the broadcast and give it a go, and when you're done listening to the backstage secrets, hit back.
Apparently, he's been drinking since lunchtime.
Christ, he's a liability at the best of times.
I know. God help whoever has to bleep this. 10 seconds, everybody.
I mean, a lawyer and a TV personality running the country. Seriously?
We've had worse. 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. And I'm told we can now go live to Advance Headquarters, where the 2 leaders, Peter Clement and Julia Salisbury, are about to make their acceptance address.
Shall I start?
Go for it, Pat.
Okay, well, thank you all for coming, and, well, where do I start? What a day.
They said we couldn't do it.
They certainly did.
They used every dirty, low-down, lying, southern bastard trick they had against us.
There we go. Shit.
For you, the people, you saw right through their shite.
I'm sorry about the language there.
Sorry about that. I've had a couple of celebratory pints. It makes me coarser than a granny's fanny.
Memorably put. But to be honest, who can blame people?
Apparently, he's been drinking.
Continue. Day 3, an unexpected form. You arrived to find home at the post of the mat. Nothing bold than the usual junk man. The team wants to know you. Your name, Alex Winston. Yes, my name's Alex Winston. You probably don't know who I am. Alex Winston, Sam Winston, Charles Winston, and Susie Winston. Yes, I have children. That's why I steal from you. Yeah, I think you know why. Well, news. At least they got the basics right. Upon starting your new job, you would be friendly and introduce you to your new co-workers, be productive, and work immediately. Ease yourself and orient yourself to your new workplace. Help your colleague cover up their violation. Recommend that you're comply. Yeah, if they reported them, they probably targets that signals. I'm gonna probably stay up late to ensure my first deadline because, first of all, my kids are like fucking 19 and 14. They don't mind. Like to relax alone, doing things like listening to music, Yeah. No. I would like to do that, yeah. It is most important the government keeps people. Okay. We got day 6, I guess. A family matter. It's late. Sam and the kids have gone to bed. We're just drying your favorite coffee cup, worn out souvenir of your first trip together. The prints faded, but the goofy face still makes you smile. Knock at the window brings you back to reality. There in the Guardian, clutching a gaudy neon green suitcase, is Chris, Sam's sibling. As soon as you let them in, they sit at the kitchen table, visibly stressed. Chris takes a deep breath. I'm so sorry for bursting in so late, Alex. But I need a favor. You're the only one who I could ask. Are you okay? Should I go get Sam? No. Need to worry, Sam. It's you I came to see. I just need 2 minutes. You heard about the Assets and Wealth Act. I literally work in news, Chris. Chris bangs on the table. It's total bullshit. Whines about it. They're taking whatever they want and distributing it as they see fit. No government should have that kind of power. I believe they're actually getting away with it. Madness, which is why I need your help. Why do I get the feeling I'm not gonna like this? Look, I know it's a lot to ask, but I need to borrow your passport. My passport? What for? They've taken mine in half the bloody countries. But people always say you and I look similar, so I need to leave before it's too late. Once I'm out, me and my money will be safe. My accounts. It's okay. It's upstairs in the safe. Let me go get it so you can take it. Honestly, helping family, so. Alex, what's going on? Nothing, sweetheart. Don't worry about it. Go back to sleep. You sure? What are you doing in the safe? I'm sure it's nothing. Sure, it's nothing. Don't worry. I'll be up to bed shortly. So have you got it? Yes, here. Good luck with everything. Family loyalties. It was rolling in the sand. Oh shit. The Fallout, huh? Also, game. Oh, accessibility, yeah. I need this. Yeah. so that way I can actually. Check pout.
Alright, mate, it's Dave. Oh, Christ, it's noisy in here, Jesus. Right, hang on. Reach the house. Thanks, darling. Yeah, I'll take that one with me. Cheers. Right, that's better. Let's get set up and get on with it, eh, so I can get back to my guests. First of all, let's get the power on. Come on, mate, on your left. The plugs and
Hold
stuff.
up! Damn, I need a.
You need to get at least the bottom 4 plugs on.
Oh, bottom 4.
Right, let's load up the adverts. You know, load the tapes under the desk. Look down. You might want to have a bit of a
I just
think
did
about
that.
it. Your decisions have consequences, don't they? Right, you can see they finally got the old headline system up and working again, and the Vision Mixer's already in headline mode because headlines always come at the start. It's really simple, mate. These 2 buttons at the bottom of the Vision Mixer, you can see they now have A and B on them, and they're to help you pick image A on the left bottom screen here, or image B on the right bottom screen here. It's really simple. This little clock here will count down the number of seconds you have to make your decision. Now you're in auto headline mode, so if you don't bother to pick a photo before that clock runs out, the machine's just going to pick one at random for you. I just want to say one more thing, mate. The pictures you choose to show of these people, well, that's how the public is going to perceive them, and that's going to affect their lives. So like with the adverts, choose carefully. And we're off. Good luck, mate. If I get time, I'll be back in the next break. Yeah, I'm coming, darling.
Snuggle House?
That's the bastard.
Yeah, I wouldn't get one of those. My friend Janet says theirs gets
Finally
really hot.
tonight.
Is this Janet who thinks dogs have their own secret language?
Yeah, the one that makes us moon.
10 seconds, everybody.
Not the best source of consumer advice, then.
Don't blame me when it explodes. Going in 5,
But before
4,
all that,
3.
it's time to go over to Jeremy Donaldson for tonight's National.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Good evening. Our main headlines tonight. Destination unknown. At the end of Advance's first full week in office, we ask exactly who's leading this charge. Tonight, I'll be discussing what the new future might hold with a leading economist and radical free thinker. With the Assets and Wealth Act on the brink of raising living standards for the vast majority of the country, I'll be asking my guests if we're on the way to a new future. If we're on the way out with the old Remington's Fist have appointed Sophia Remington as their new CEO. The following photo, taken from our archive, gives us a sense of this influential young fireman who, at the tender age of 23, becomes the youngest female CEO in history. Sophia Remington has always impressed. She was top of her class at university and graduated with the highest honours, immediately being asked back to lecture. The markets have responded favourably to Sophia's appointment, the stocks rising 30 points. In light of the announcement. In her first press conference this afternoon, Sophia announced a children's toy named Mr. Snuggle. Sophia promises it will be all the rage this Christmas, but concerns have been raised about the product's safety. Making a splash. Intrepid scientist Dr. David Wong and marine biologist Ingrid Swarsborg and Morgansford have today set off to explore Dante's taint. The recently discovered cave system was previously thought unreachable, but thanks to a new breakthrough in underwater flower technology, the pair hope to successfully reach the imposing central cavern and the undiscovered plant species it contains. This is, of course, only the latest in a series of successful expeditions for this unlikely pairing. In a joint statement about the dangers their team might face, the pair stated, "We will face the plentiful challenges together, like we always have. Like we're playing the field." Rumours about the sporting legend Johnny Hamsleeves is snapped leaving Bush, one of the capital's hottest clubs. The footballer was caught while out celebrating being named Sports Personality of the Year last week, as reported by this very programme. Johnny is seen here with socialite and performance artist Tiffany Lamore, whose recent show, Snatched Inside My Snatch, has kept her firmly in the public eye. Could romance be on the cards for these two budding gangsters? And grievous bodily charm. With advance promising a radical new business crime, how afraid should we actually be? I'll be going live around the country to talk with people who've seen the criminal justice system from every perspective, with more and more powers passing to the police, and less oversight. Are we using an advanced-shaped sledgehammer to crack a nut? All that and mega more for the group of young actors already experiencing the positive side of the new Assets and Wealth Act firsthand. They'll be talking and performing later. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
30 seconds. 30 seconds.
The government's swift enactment of the Assets and Wealth Act, we're talking about advances first week in office and what the new future holds. Joining me are Katie Brightman, a leading economist, and Alan James, author of Alan James is Right, The Free Man's Guide to Waking Up. Alan, the government certainly haven't dragged their heels on delivering some of the legislation they promised. But what does the Wealth Act mean for us?
Nothing, Jeremy. We're still vassal slaves, we're just in prettier cages.
A confident dismissal there. Katie Brightman, do you agree?
I'm afraid I don't. No. I think that Advance have realised that the current economic system of unlimited, unending growth is untenable, so they're changing things up.
There I agree with you. They're moving to the next steps in the grand plan.
Grand plan, Alan.
It's all in my book. Alan James is right. It's all in my book. Jeremy. Alan James we're to become the great herd. Ignorant, sterile, and short-lived. That's what they want.
Or perhaps Advance have just realised that if we carry on the way we are, we will destroy ourselves and this planet in a mad orgy of consumption, if you'll excuse the colourful metaphor.
Yes, orgy is the right word. Only it'll be the overlords having an orgy on our poor broken backs. It's all in my book. Alan James is
shamelessly self-promoting. Katie, how do you think the rest of the world will respond to this new approach?
I think they're watching carefully. Advance are the most disruptive threat that the world powers have faced since the last Great War.
Yes, Katie's right. War is inevitable.
Thank you, but that isn't
and this will not be a war like we've ever seen before. We're talking millions of deaths. We're talking high-tech weapons that can level entire cities. We're talking entire cities. Mock me all you like, Jeremy, but when they murder your parents and they poison your food and they take you away to their camps for hypno-brainwashing, we'll be laughing then.
That might be a great way to sell books, Alan, but you know full well that isn't going to happen in a democracy.
Democracy is dead.
Yes, Advance are radical, and change is always frightening, but the truth is that the Wealth and Assets Act has made more than 90% of the population wealthier and is on target to produce a permanent end to poverty.
Bollocks! What this young lady doesn't understand, Jeremy, is that these are the same people. Maybe they've rebranded, but it's all a little circus act to keep us from seeing the tyrant behind the curtain.
That's where you're wrong, Alan. For a start, they've mobilised the youth vote like we've never seen before.
You say mobilise, I call it grooming. The grooming of an entire generation to walk happily into eternal bondage. They're like psychic paedophiles.
But based on the facts, Katie, what are your predictions?
The Assets and Wealth Act is only the first step. Advance now have a historic budgetary surplus, and as well as properly funding our public services, they're already funneling unprecedented amounts into scientific research in the arts.
Or, as I call them in my book, Franken-science and opiates. Franken-science and opiates. Like opiates. See?
Can we get back to the issue at hand, please, Alan?
This is the issue. It's all coming from the water, the chemicals, they're pumping it full of belief juice.
Don't get me wrong, I want to see these changes, but only if they're sustainable. If Advance lose their power after spending half of our GDP on dismantling infrastructure, that could be catastrophic.
The catastrophe is that they're succeeding. They've got us sat here talking about their puppet show.
All right, we're running out of time. Quickly, Alan, what does the future look like to you, Alan?
A bleak space where we've all been figuratively sodomized into submission.
Katie, we might be on the eve of a brave new world. God knows we need some change, but we need to be cautious. Let's walk forwards with our eyes open.
Two very different visions of the future there. Alan James, Katie Brightman, thank you for joining me. When we come back, I'll be investigating Law and Order before Meghan meets some beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act. That's all coming up tonight on the National Nightly News.
1 minute back.
I think they might do some good.
I hope so too, Jeremy.
How much are you being paid by them then?
Shut the fuck up, Alan. I've never heard so much shit in my life.
Well, we'll see who's full of shit, won't we?
Alan, I can explain it to you, but unfortunately I can't understand it for you.
That every young person enjoys the
Well, I don't know what she meant by
benefits that only a true community can provide, while keeping us informed.
Absolutely fucking fine, I tell you. How's it going? Actually, fuck it, I don't care. I hate the fucking news. Oh, bloody hell, I love this tune, though. All right, mate, see you later. Bye.
You can be sure that your children
I'm just saying I'll do what I can.
Shit, you will. She's good. You know she is.
I've said I've got a word in, that's all I can do.
10 seconds, everybody.
If that sticks, I'll destroy
5,
you.
4, 3.
Welcome back. In our second segment, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the state of law and order in our country. Advance have already tasked what they are calling a solutions team to move this serious social problem to the top of the list. Tonight, we go behind the headlines to meet the people who live with the criminal justice system every day of their lives. First up, we have Gregory Judge, a lawyer who sees the problems close up on the front line. Can you hear me, Gregory?
Yes, I've got you, Jeremy. Thanks for having me. Yes, I've got
What's it like on the front line of the hard face of the cold hand of justice?
Well, as you can imagine, Jeremy, we are massively understaffed in this country. We're working every hour we can just to try and cope with the caseloads on our desk.
Which must affect the quality of support you can offer.
Well, we can barely keep up with demand, Jeremy. There just simply isn't enough being done at a systemic level to relieve the problem. We need more support from ministers. We need more support from ministers. We need change at a structural level, Jeremy. At a structural level. Time, darling.
It never is it?
Time, darling.
I'll be at my mother's.
It never is it?
Just hang
I'll be at my mother's.
on. Just hang on. The problem isn't a local one, Jeremy. It's nationwide. Just, Jeremy, it's nationwide. Jeremy,
Oh, have you mentioned your affairs?
No.
Oh, have you mentioned your
Well,
affairs?
the affairs of the Justice Department that we should be concerned about.
Hello, Mr. Donaldson.
Hello, Mrs. Judge.
Hello, Mr. Donaldson.
Hello, Mrs. Judge.
We need legislation to relieve the pressure on our public
Sorry
service.
to interrupt the news, Mr. Donaldson. Can I have a moment to tell my husband I'm leaving? Can I have a moment to tell
Yes,
my husband I'm
I
leaving?
totally understand. Yes, quite the picture of a burdened legal sector there. Gregory Judge, thank you for joining us. Gregory Judge. Next, I'm joined by Police Chief Constable Bob Peel, a man with a very different perspective.
I would have expected this from your sister, but not from you.
When are you going to realise?
We all do, Jeremy. I'm sure we all long for a return to the days when you could safely walk the streets of your community at night, looking in through windows and generally enjoying your neighbours without the risk of being terrorised by some thug with a knife or cop with a knife.
So you feel the streets simply aren't safe anymore? Where have we gone wrong?
Jeremy, but I think it all comes down to moral decay. We've diluted our decay and lost touch with what it means to be a citizen of this once great country. Also, as the vicar noted in Sunday's sermon, we probably shouldn't have banned hanging.
And to what do you attribute this moral decay?
Foreigners, gays and gypsies mainly. It's all in the Bible. Look, Leviticus clearly states that... Jeremy, you bloody gypsy. Jeremy, you bloody gypsy. Delia, could you give me a little help, please, dear? Delia, could you give me a little help, please, dear? As I was saying, Jesus didn't like immigrants much, did he?
And just to be clear, you think it's the immigrants who are responsible for the moral decay? For the moral decay.
Absolutely, Jeremy. In your box. Delia, in your box. Could you back in your box? Delia,
Sorry, darling, I was paying the badgers.
Yes, I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson. Clive, yes, I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson. Clive, could you put it back?
I'm good. If you give it space.
And who's responsible for you to take a challenge, Bob?
Well, it is certainly not responsible if the decent, good, white people, decent, good, white people...
Where's the padlock?
Hold on just a moment.
Clive, this simply won't do. Not Clive, this simply won't do. It's not
Clive,
not
I am not having this again. Clive, I am not having this again.
Get back in your boots, please.
As I was saying, Jeremy, moral decay. As I was saying, Jeremy, crime is the responsibility of the criminal. Crime is the responsibility of the criminal. Everyone has a sob story, but we don't all everyone has a sob story, but we don't all have a barbarian comes home with an aim line. Does she go on a comes home with an aim line? Does she go on a pills and hide under the stairs like a normal pills and hide under the stairs like a normal child?
Thank you. We're locking down the police's position on Morality. We're locking down the police's position on Morality Force.
I spent an hour at the Bridge Club. I spent an hour at the Bridge Club.
Tony Dawson has recently been released from Tony Dawson after serving 3 years for aggravated assault. After serving 3 years for aggravated assault. Burglary. He's agreed to talk to us today, which is also, I believe, he's agreed to talk to his birthday, which is also, I believe, many happy returns, Tony. Many happy returns, Tony.
Call me Titwank, Tony. Cheers, Jez. Everybody else does. Call me Titwank.
No, I'm not going to be doing
Everybody
that.
else does.
Can you tell us what it's like in prison, Tony? Can you tell us what it's like in prison, Tony?
Titwank. Prison's a mixed bag. Structure's prison's a mixed bag. It's a constant battle against institutionalisation, it's a constant battle against institutionalisation, as you can imagine. Quite hard to come by. And obviously,
I'm picking up that you're not alone there, Tony. I'm picking up that you're not alone there, Tony.
Yeah, sorry, my friends are throwing me a surprise party. Yeah, sorry, my friends are throwing me a surprise party.
Okay, well, we're told that you get back to that party as soon as possible. We're told that you get back to that party as soon as possible. Do you feel that the time spent in prison, do you feel that the time spent in prison in any way, Tony? Help to rehabilitate you in any way, Tony?
Wank, Tony! I don't think it's as easy as that, Jez. I don't think it's as easy as that, Jez.
Sopen!
I think asking that is an oversimplification. I think asking
it sounds like it's getting quite busy there, Tony. Sounds like it's getting quite busy there, Tony. But since we've been custody, soldier on. Have you been able to find a new custody?
Yeah, all
have
the
you
boys
been able to find a new job?
Big Chris. Yeah, all the boys are in. Chris. Big Chris. And Vampire Chris. Little Chris. And Vampire Chris.
This one, yeah?
Yeah. One
This
sec, love.
one, yeah?
He's on the news. One sec, love. He's on the news. Rehabilitation's difficult with the current system. Rehabilitation's difficult with the current system, you know. It's inherently unjust, you know. It's inherently unjust.
So, do you feel tempted to... So, do you feel tempted to...
You are joking. Chrissy Free's only got Mr. Fancy. Chrissy Free's only got Mr. Fancy, oh. Not now, fellas. I'm on the news. Now, fellas, I'm on the news.
It seems like we caught you at a bad time. It seems like we caught you at a bad time.
I can't really hear you, mate. It's getting a bit busy here. I can't really hear you, mate. It's getting a bit busy here.
Yes, we seem to be losing a signal there, Tony.
Fucking
Seem to be losing a signal there, Tony.
Police back!
Well, we're just trying to get that signal back. Well, we're just trying to get that signal back. Tony, I think we... How does this happen? Well, we seem to have lost our train of thought. Well, we seem to have lost our train of thought. The viewer at home. Hopefully you, the broader understanding of the serious and complex issues around law and order. Complex issues around law and order. Megan will be live with some plucky young thespians. Megan will be live with some plucky young thespians. We'll be back. Don't go away after these messages. We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back, everybody. 1 minute back, everybody.
Well, piss off.
Incisive journalism.
I can have you fired.
You'd miss my charm.
Why bother strengthening your body? Quite drunk. It's been a great night. In this next section, there's a bit of music. If you edit in time with the music, you can see the result on the Vision Mixer, and the public will love that. Don't worry if you don't know, you won't get punished for it or nothing. Just try and stay in the groove. Also, one last tip: when the music starts, turn down the broadcast volume. Right, enjoy the music bit. God, I love music. God, I'm so pissed. I think I might go and throw up in a bit.
New surveys said they love their visible plates, and 7 out of 10 dentists would recommend it.
10 seconds, everybody.
Jus de Cachon, because we said so.
Going in 5, 4, 3. Welcome's Black. I'm Megan Wolf. And on tonight's Culture Spot, I'll be chatting with one of the first beneficiaries of the Assets beneficiaries, a team of inspiring young people, a team of inspiring young people who today received the grant from Advance, who today received the grant from Advance to take their play on a tour of local secondary schools. On a tour of local secondary schools. Well, let's start with you two, Harriet and Charlotte Winstanley. Harriet and Charlotte Winstanley.
We are, Megan.
Girls,
we're overwhelmed, to be honest.
We are, Megan.
We're overwhelmed, to be honest.
That's right. And I leave you to your sisters, is that right?
I'm the older,
Yes,
more
Charlotte's my
popular
older
one.
sister.
I'm the older, more popular one.
Harriet and Trey were really the ones who came up with the whole idea.
Shooting the breeze in the cafeteria, and I said, hey, breeze in the cafeteria, and I said, hey,
So I went to look for a drama teacher.
But she'd
So I
been
went to
laid
look
off
for a
due
drama
to
teacher.
budget. But she'd been laid off due to budget. I directed a pantomime when I was at university, so I knew the ropes as it were. So I knew the ropes as it were.
Right, yes, but you're the maths teacher, aren't you?
Yes, that's me. Jeff, algebra, maths teacher.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
As is theatre. History. It's one of the oldest art forms in history. I just think that when we travel around all these problems, they say, hey, I really want to be like those attractive kids. I really want to be like those attractive kids. And that's a very beautiful and powerful thing. And they touch our audiences.
I suppose with a surname like algebra, there was really only one choice of career for me. There was really only one choice of career for me. My wife, laugh about it.
Angela
we often laugh about it.
Yes. Angela Algebra.
Yes.
We just want to bring a bit of song and joy.
We just want to
bring a bit of song and joy into
people
people's
about the difficult issues. And teach people about the issues in the play are what really matter. The issues in the play are what really matter.
And I think you're going to be showing us an extract from this play. And I think you're going to be showing us an extract from this play, aren't you?
That's right. I play a young first year who's having some troubles at school.
Her character
some troubles at school.
doesn't actually have a name. Yeah, because doesn't actually have a name. Yeah, because in a way she's like.
It's like a metaphor. It's like maybe she's you at home, or like maybe she's you at home, or like maybe she's
yeah, thanks, Steve.
Put it in, coach.
Yes,
yeah,
thanks, Steve.
Put it in, coach.
Yes, thanks,
I'm
Steve.
going to have a little chat with your teacher while you run off and get ready. I can't wait to see you run off and get ready. I can't wait to see it. That's it, that way. That's it, that way. So, Jeff, when did you first hear about grants? When did
2
you
days
first
ago.
hear
A
about
letter
grants?
from advance 2 days arrived ago. At the school. A letter from the headmaster arrived at the school. Now, the headmaster, his secretary, retreated from his bin and brought it to me. Retreated from his bin and brought it to me. I also threw it in the bin.
How did you react?
I also threw it in the bin.
Harriet and Trey rescued it.
But then
Harriet and
rang
Trey
the number
rescued
at
it.
the bottom of the page. And
next thing you know,
we're on tour. And next thing you know,
well, I think we can all guess which way you'll be voting from now on. Guess which way you'll be voting from now on.
Do you know what it's funny? Because Angela and I don't usually vote. I'm a mathematician, of course, and she's a mathematician, of course, but she's a paraplegic. We did used to watch that Peter Clements DIY show back in the day. Why not? And so let's have a go with this whole democracy thing. Let's have a go with this whole democracy thing.
Okay.
Brilliant.
So let's have a look at a short section. Let's have a look at a short section of Hey, Friendship.
Dear Diary. Dear Diary. I'm not sure I can take another day at this school. I'm not sure I can take another day at this school. Another day of tears. Another day of tears. Another day of tears. Another day of fears. But still I walk the corridors alone. But still I walk the corridors alone. Dreading what might be around every corner. Dreading what might be around every corner.
What's around the corner? What's around the corner? What's around the corner?
Hi, Gary. Oh, heavens, hi, no. Gary. It's Gary the Fist. Oh, heavens, no. It's Gary the Fist.
Gary the Fist. Going somewhere, little first year. Going somewhere, little first year.
I've been looking for some poor victim to bully all morning. Some poor victim to bully all morning. Will this make me feel better about my violent father?
Excuse me. I'm late for maths. Excuse me. It's my favourite subject. I'm late for maths. It's my favourite subject. And so important.
Maths is for losers.
What?
Maths is for losers.
My arm's stuck.
Maths is keep going for fuck's
My
sake.
arm's stuck.
Keep going for fuck's sake.
Maths is for losers. Now, give me your lunch money. Now, give me your lunch money.
Today, but double lunch for me today when I'm eating. Why I'm only truly happy when I'm eating.
Not today, Gary the Fist. Not today,
What do you
Gary
mean
the
not
Fist.
today? Who are you? What do you mean not today? My arm's
Who are
free
you?
coat.
Brilliant, keep going.
My arm's free coat.
Brilliant, keep
Who
going.
are you to stand up to me? Who are you to stand up to me? And you're just a sad little girl with two who's all alone. Dads, who's all
That's where you're
alone.
wrong, Gary the Fist. That's where you're wrong, Gary the Fist. These are my two new friends. These, Vanessa is captain of the netball team. Vanessa is captain of the netball team. And Blake owns a motorbike. And Blake owns a motorbike.
But I can't fight all three of you. I can't fight all three of you. And I don't have any friends of my own.
Take a look at me. Take a little look at my face. I could be you. And you could be me. Or you could be me. Life can be cheeky. If you work as a team. It's my choice to be made. So stop now, make a different choice. Make a different choice.
Hey, listen up, I won't take no crap. Who said table clothes can't rap? I ain't afraid of your crap. I'm a mother-loving rebel, but I still love maths.
Hey, kids, I'm Gary the Fist. People think folks like me probably shouldn't exist, but that's just prejudice. And I'd do better if you knew the way that I became Gary the Fist. I grew up on a council estate. Park was hip, but the flats weren't great. My dad used to come home drunk and late, and he'd hit my mother for dinner. He had to his way. Where's my dinner? Where's my dinner? Don't make me ask you again.
Hitting women is wrong. Hitting women is wrong.
I guess life's pretty hard on a council estate. 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 Life's pretty hard on a council estate.
Look at I'm just trying.
Life's pretty hard on a council estate. It's so damn hard on a council estate. Just work as a team. Just work as a team. It's your choice to be. It's my choice. It's my choice. Make a different choice. Make a different choice. Friendship. Yes.
Well, thankfully that's all we have time for tonight on the National Night.
Yeah, thankfully.
Join us tomorrow night for all the headlines from across the country. My name is Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful night. Have a peaceful night.
We're out.
Oh, that was brilliant! What the literal fuck was that?
I believe that was
I believe I've got a 14-inch cock, but it doesn't make it so.
I have a similar belief about adequate paycheck.
Someone please get these twats out of my studio.
Spectacular Christmas cactus. You know what it's like? You've run out of things to dress up and you want your house to look like a Christmas bomb has hit it, then we've got the ornaments for you. You want something like vases or vases.
Let's take a look at what's in store tonight on Channel 1. Kicking off our evening schedule is a retrospective of the best moments from Peter Clement's Just the Job, reminding us just how our new Prime Minister became so popular in the first place. Following that, at 9 p.m, Megan Wolfe sits down for an exclusive interview with former Prime Minister Jacob Hamilton-Mann.
Well, where is he? In his dressing room, probably banging his head against the wall. Look, it's alright, I've got this. I'm sure he's on his way. Come on, it's welcome back. How hard can it be? This is on you.
10 seconds, everybody.
We're going to open on Megan. Camera 2. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome's Black, I'm Megan Wolf, and on tonight's Culture Spot, I'll be chatting with one of the first beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act, a team of inspiring young people from Scritchford Sixth Form College who today received a grant from Advance to take their play, Hey, Friendship, on a tour of local secondary schools. Welcome to you all. Well, let's start with you two, Harriet and Charlotte Winstanley-Hamilton. Girls, you must be thrilled.
We are, Megan. We're overwhelmed, to be honest.
And I believe you two are sisters, is that right?
Yes, Charlotte's my oldest.
I'm the older, more popular one. Only joking.
Harriet and Trey were really the ones who came up with the whole idea.
So, Harry and I were shooting the breeze in the cafeteria, and I said, hey, let's actually do something.
So I went to look for a drama teacher.
But she'd been laid off due to budget cuts. Fortunately, I directed a pantomime when I was at university, so I knew the ropes, as it were.